So, welcome to Dr. Rock's Zoom class, opening your heart in the COVID time, both all of physically, emotionally, and spiritually. So, I was thinking about what has been happening with me, and especially earlier during the first maybe 2 or 3 weeks of this thing when it was really affecting us. And what happened with me is that there was a moment, and I can't even remember the specifics of the moment, but I think it was hearing a story about Seattle and about about nursing homes and how a person couldn't see their mother in the nursing home, so they got together through a window, and then it ends up that the woman died. And suddenly I realized, whoa, this is a really big thing, and this is going to affect me and the people I love. And what it felt like to me was this stabbing in my heart. It just hurt. And then as the days went by, I kept hearing worse and worse news. The numbers of deaths, the numbers of people who are affected, the stock market, how it was affecting our economy. And then thinking about personally, wow, my mom, she's 88 and she has lung disease. Is this going to kill her? And so the fear and just too much bad news. And there were a few nights in there when I would listen to the news and there was nothing but horrible news. And there was just nothing good. And for me, who's an optimist, who really tries to find the silver lining, it was just overwhelming. And the weight of the world felt heavy on my shoulders. And then thinking about work and how am I supposed to go forward with work and what's the best way to do the best good and the least harm in this situation. And everything that happened just closed up my heart and made my head go forward, plus all of the texting that we were doing and all of the looking at the computer, everything bad news. Your head goes forward, it gets heavier and heavier because gravity has more of an effect on it, and so it's more and more of this. And so then your diaphragm starts to shut down. It's harder to breathe. When it's harder to breathe, then you're starting to feel more and more anxious. And so pretty much we're just curling up. Our stomach muscles get tight. We just can't even straighten up. And then along with that, for me, was this absolute rage, this rage at people and at the situation. And with that, I just wanted to punch somebody. I was just angry. And that tightened up my chest, tightened up my neck muscles, my belly, everything. And so everything is just closing in, closing in, closing in. And today I want to do something, work on just trying to find ways to open up and to let some of that go in ways that will serve you going forward. I think that for me, a way to get out of that was through gratitude, thinking about things that I feel grateful for. And so going forward in this class, I'm going to talk more and more about that gratitude aspect. And then the physical, emotional, spiritual aspect, I put those three words in, and especially emotional and spiritual, take that as you choose. But I think that there is a huge emotional and spiritual component of learning how to let go. So today's class, we're going to do some meditation and then a breathing practice, a yoga breathing practice, which will help to let things go. And then a few exercises to physically open up our hearts. And also I'll end with a loving kindness meditation, just a guided meditation. So that's the plan for today. And so what I want you to do first is just find a comfortable place to lie on your back. And eventually you're gonna want either a foam roller or a rolled up blanket or a couple of yoga blocks. And I'm gonna show you a few different positions to be able to do this. But right now you're gonna lie on your back, comfortable position, and just get here. Feel your body against the floor. Do a couple of windshield wipers. Knees back and forth. Windshield wipers, knees to one side, knees to the other side, knees bent. Okay, and I'm going to sit up, but y'all can continue to lie down. Okay, so you're lying on your back, comfortable. I want you to put one hand on your heart. Take a few more breaths in. And if it feels comfortable, put your other hand on top of that. You can do that, whatever's comfortable. And I want you to just bring to mind 2 people that you feel grateful for during this time. 2 people who, when you think about them, you just get a smile on your face. Somebody who you really appreciate. And think about the qualities of those people that you appreciate, those qualities that you're grateful for. And breathe in those qualities. And exhale your gratitude for those people. Breathe in their essence. And exhale your gratitude. Breathe in and exhale. Feel what's happening underneath your hand and your heart. Allow that essence to just flow through you. Okay, and now keep one hand on your heart and put one hand on your belly. And now think about 2 people who you are challenged by. 2 people who have contributed to your anger or to your fear around this. And take some breaths. Just keep them in mind and take some breaths. And see what's happening underneath both hands. See what's happening to your breath. See what's happening to your brain. Just quickly scan your body. See if you have tension anywhere. I feel a sort of a buzziness in my head. And now go back and take a couple, bring to mind one of the people who you are appreciative of, grateful for. Take a couple breaths there. Maybe a couple focuses on the exhale. To exhale maybe some of that negative energy that was brought up with thinking about 2 people who you have conflict with. Okay, and now you will sit up for this one. I need you to be sitting in a comfortable position. So if that's on the floor, that's great. Sometimes I know I'm better on the floor with a cushion. I have a bolster. You want your knees to be a little bit lower than your hips. You want you to be able to keep a straight spine. So that's good. And if you need to sit in a chair, that's okay too. Okay. So get yourself comfortable. Get your head in the right position. We're going to do a little bit of what's called Kapalabhati breathing. This is a great yoga practice. It's a pranayama practice, and pranayama is one of the 8 limbs of yoga, where asana or posture poses, what we think of as yoga, is just one of those 8 limbs. Pranayama is another of those, and it has to do with breath work. And so Kapalabhati breathing is a type of pranayama. It's also called the breath of fire or skull shining breath. It translates literally into skull shining breath. Just a second. Let's just close that window. There was chainsaws going in our backyard or in our cul-de-sac. Okay, now I can focus. So skull shining breath, and it focuses on the exhale. And for me, when I think about this, focusing on the exhale, it allows me to let go of things, to release. It's a detox kind of breathing. The exhalation, the exhalation is a forceful and active exhalation. And the inhalation is gentle and passive. It's completely passive. And the exhalation is also a very, you're contracting your abdomen on the exhalation. It's a staccato kind of exhalation. I'm going to show you with my belly what it looks like. And so what it's going to look like is on the exhalation, you take a breath in, and then the exhalation, it's a, see what's happening with my belly? I'm really contracting. I'm bringing my belly button in towards my spine pretty hard on the exhalation. And the inhalation just happens. I don't breathe in, I just, and then I'm ready for another exhalation because the inhalation actually happens naturally. And so put your hands on your belly and just try a, and it's all through the nose. Try a contract your abdomen, a forceful exhalation. You should feel it underneath your belly. And that's Kapalabhati breathing. And what I think about with it, the breath of fire, I think about all of those thoughts in my mind that are not serving me, that anger, all those sort of negative emotions that would be best if we could let them go. They're just burning up, they're incinerating in my brain. And then that exhalation, I'm just releasing them, I'm letting them go. So let's do it together. Let's try, let's start with 10 breaths. So spine straight. You can put your hand on your stomach if that helps. And then we're going to take a breath in, and then we're going to start. And I'm going to do it at about one breath every 2 seconds or so, 1.5 to 2 seconds. And we're going to do 10 of them. So follow along. So breath in and then just take some breaths. How does it feel? For me, it's I kind of feel buzzy all over my body. It definitely wakes up my nerves. I feel sort of a clearing in my head. Let's try another time. And this time, about the same pace. I might speed it up a little bit at the end, but let's try 15. So breath in. And then relax. Skull shining breath, just taken away, just releasing, burning up all that energy that doesn't serve us, all those emotions that don't serve us, all those thoughts that don't serve us, just burning them up. Okay, and as you go through, if you choose to continue this, I think it's a great practice, and it's a great practice for right now. And what you want to work on is try maybe 3 sets of that to begin with, about 10 to 20 breaths each set. And then the way you change it is you can increase the number of breaths per set, or you can increase the speed. And so eventually, if you continue with this, you might get to 2 breaths every second. So it would look something like this. It feels so cleansing to me. It's lovely. I would highly recommend it right now. Okay, but we're going to move on. We're going to get to some physical opening up your heart. And so most of you have seen most of these, but they're always good reminders and they're always good to do. So the first one we're going to do is just going to be lying on something to open up our chest. And you have a bunch of choices. And I'm going to show you 3 different choices, and then you can choose whatever you have or whatever you want to do for today. So one choice, and this is kind of going from the least intense to the most intense, is you can take a blanket and roll it up fairly tightly so that it's about that size. And then lie on your back. What you're going to do is you're going to put your sacrum right up against the blanket. Let me change this position so you can see it. Sacrum right up against the blanket, and then arch your back and lie back down. You want your head to be supported by the blanket, knees bent, so that's one position. You should feel sort of a draping over the blanket. Your spine is on the blanket, but a draping over of the blanket of your ribs, and an gentle opening of your chest right there. So that's number 1. Number 2, you can do the same thing with a foam roller. With the foam roller, the only difference is that you sit at the end of the foam roller. And then when you roll down, you can kind of roll down in more of a flexed position. And you definitely want your head to be on the roller. So it's like this, and as you can see or feel if you're doing it, it's just a bigger opening of the heart, of the chest. So that's the foam roller. And then the third choice is with a couple of yoga blocks. And this is great. This is a go-to thing for me, definitely. You can put the one block probably the middle position. So mama bear, that's baby bear, that's mama bear, that's papa bear. So right there. And that goes vertical along your spine. And then the other block is for your head. And so I'm just going to show you how to set it up for future reference. And this is going to be on our website, so you'll be able to go back to this. And so I want the edge of the block to be right about the bottom of my shoulder blades. So, and for sure you want to open your heart, extend as you lean back. And I've done this many times, so I'm pretty good at getting it right in the right spot. So something like that. If this is too much on your neck, too much flexion, you can move that down. If it's too much extension, you just need more. So something like that. So that's for future reference. I think what I will do with this one is I'll go back to the foam roller. So get your setup that you like, that you can do right now. And lie down. Keep your knees bent for now. And first put your arm, just bring your arms out into a T. And just feel that opening in your chest. To give a little squeeze of your shoulder blades. Make sure that your chin is kind of in towards your neck, that you're not bending your head back a lot. And then you can try different positions of your arms. Keeping your arms straight, just bring them up a little bit. And depending upon your situation and what you're lying on, your backs of your hands may be on the floor, they may be a little bit off the floor. Up a little bit higher. You should feel a different stretch of your pectoral muscles. And then you can kind of move, make angel wings. It's a nice image for right now. We need angels. And then you can bend your arms into a goalpost or cactus. And you can just move towards elbows, backs of your hands to the ground. Now I can barely get the backs of my fingertips to the ground when I'm on my foam roller. And then again, you can also do bringing your elbows closer to your trunk away from your trunk. Should feel like a really delicious stretch all the way across your pectoral muscles. So that's one way to just open up that chest, heart area. Breathe into your heart. Breathe in goodness. Okay, and then come off of that. Looks like y'all are enjoying this. Nobody's moving. Okay, next one we're going to do is Cobra. And that is on your stomach. So you can lie down on your stomach, face down. Like so. Can you see me? Yeah. And then you want your hands right underneath your shoulders or just a little bit below your shoulders, kind of fingertips at your shoulders. And you want to bring your elbows in. And from that position, now also ground your pubic bone to the ground. Bring your belly button in towards the spine just a little bit. And from that position, you're going to rise up. And it might look like this. What you don't want to happen is that. You don't want your shoulder blades coming out away from your spine. You don't want your elbows out from your spine. You don't want your shoulders up into your ears. And you want to feel that curve all the way through your upper back. You don't want to dump in your low back. You don't want to feel it just in your low back. And come down if you haven't already. So that's kind of a baby cobra. If that feels comfortable, you can go a little bit higher. And eventually maybe straighten your arms. But you want to keep your pubic bone on the ground. You don't want to lift all the way up. You want to keep your pubic bone on the ground. So that's about my comfort level. And come back down. Let's try one more. So just to your comfort level. And you don't want a whole lot of weight on your hands. You're going to have some weight on your hands, but not a whole lot of weight. And your neck shouldn't be really cranked up. Your neck should just be, your head should be a continuation of your spine. And back down. And you see that opens up the front. It opens up the front in a little bit different way than the foam roller on your back does. I want to show one more. And this is a little bit tougher, but it feels really good because it gets into that area. It gets into opening my upper back or my mid to upper back. And that's in yoga, it's called puppy dog. I think it's sort of a variation on downward dog. That's why it's called puppy dog. So you start on all fours and then you walk your hands out. And then lean back, lean your butt back a little bit, not all the way down into child's pose, but just back so that you feel a stretch along your triceps. And then keeping your elbows high off the ground, you can put your head down and it might look like this. And if that's comfortable, you might want to move your nose towards the ground. And if that's comfortable, you might want to move your chin towards the ground. That's a big stretch for me. So somewhere in there, and I feel it right about bra line, a little bit higher, and it feels great. It really opens that up. And then gently come back up. So that's puppy dog. Okay, one more. Let's do just the doorway stretch, which I'm sure everybody knows, but it's so good. And so you come to a doorway. I have to fake this just a little bit, but forearms at the door, all the way along the door jamb. You don't want your forearms to come in or out. You want them right along the door jamb. And then step forward and lean forward with your sternum. You can move your hands up higher and lean forward. Down lower and lean forward. And just, it's a delicious stretch all the way across. It's really nice. Oops, I don't have my glasses. Okay, so those I think are the 4 exercises that I wanted to talk about. Yeah. All right, and so what I want to finish with is a meditation, what's called a loving kindness or a metta meditation, and I think it's perfect during this time because it brings in goodness and it allows goodness to come out, and I love it. So you can either lie on your back or you can sit. I'm going to sit, but it doesn't matter, whatever you can be really comfortable with. So I'm going to sit on my bolster again. Okay, here we go. So take a couple of deep breaths. Breathe into your chest, into your heart. On the inhale, feel your ribs open up a little bit. On the exhale, feel your belly contracting in a little bit. And if it feels comfortable for you, put your hand on your heart. Feel the energy right in that heart. Focus on that heart area. And now bring to your mind yourself and the greatest version of yourself. That person who does the right thing, who's content. And then, with yourself in mind, say these words. Before we do that, I'm going to mute you guys. Sorry. And I want you to say these out loud because it really helps. So say these words. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be comfortable and at peace. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be comfortable and at peace. Say that 3 or 4 times, and again, out loud is the best. May I be happy. May I be well. May I be comfortable and at peace. Now, bring into mind someone who you dearly, deeply, truly love. Someone, a partner, a pet, a family member, someone who just, when you think about them, you smile. And see them in front of you and say to them, may you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. And a few more times. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. And now, bring into your consciousness all those other people who you dearly love. Your family members, your family of choice, your family of origin, those people who you love. Those people who feed you. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. And now, bring into mind an acquaintance, someone who you feel neutral about. Maybe the UPS woman or the checker at the grocery store. And see them in front of you. And say to them, may you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. And now, bring into mind someone who you have conflict with, someone who you're challenged by. Maybe one of those people who's you were thinking about earlier. And put them in front of you and say, may you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. May you be happy. May you be well. May you be comfortable and at peace. Check in with your body. Make sure you're not holding any tension. And let's do one more. Let's think about the whole world. Let's think about every person in the world. Let's think about all ethnicities. Let's think about all races. Think about all genders, all sexualities, all sizes. And let's bring in the animals and the trees. May we be happy. May we be well. May we be comfortable and at peace. May we be happy. May we be well. May we be comfortable and at peace. May we be happy. May we be well. May we be comfortable and at peace. Just take a couple more grounding breaths. Feel the energy. Breathe into your heart. And I want to end with part of a Yoga Sutra. The Yoga Sutras were written many, many thousands of years ago, and hundreds of years ago, I guess. And this one particularly speaks to me right now, and it's called the Maitri Karuna. To preserve an open heart and a calm mind, nurture these attitudes: kindness to those who are happy, compassion for those who are sad, honor for those who embody noble principles, and equanimity to those whose actions oppose our values. And just to end, bring your hands towards your forehead for a right thought. Hands towards your lips for right speech, and hands to your heart for right intention. Namaste.